So I think the entire time I'm going to watch producer John Pop organize a camera. What are we doing?
I'm trying to level with that, though.
John, you're giving me anxiety. I love this. All right, let's pay some bills. Here we go. I want to thank the American Beverage Association. Let's go. We got a little message from the American Beverage Association.
Our nation is standing up for American workers, restoring the pride of making products here at home. That's what we do every day. We're America's beverage companies, making American products with American workers in America's hometowns, delivering brands that have been enjoyed for generations, creating good-paying jobs, the kind that require only a strong work ethic. Because we believe in the promise of America and the people who make it great.
Today's episode is brought to you by one of our sponsors, the American Beverage Association. You guys have been seeing these videos. I've been playing all week and last week. And I just want to tell you a little bit more about them. A lot of people are talking American jobs these days, which is great. But our friends in America's beverage companies have been walking the walk this whole time, providing good-paying jobs, the kind that only require strong work ethic, jobs that make it possible to raise a family, put down roots, and build a future. They always have been and always will be American companies making American products by American workers all across this great country. 275,000 American workers all across all 50 states, I can read, show up every day to put in an honest day's work to help make America great at America's beverage companies. What are you doing, John? Learn more at WeDeliver4America.org. It's okay. We have a guest, and she's not going to have a camera on her if you can't switch it. John, I love you. It's fine. Then we'll just have a blurry camera. We don't need a focused camera on her. It's fine. I'm joined at some point. We'll see. Just stop. It's fine.
Do I look at number 3?
You look at number 3. Can we give me a blurry give me a blurry distance shot, John? Let's see what the distance there. That is blurry as shit. That's fine though. Look at that. We're blurry, but that makes people really just focus, and they think that they've had a couple. This could be after happy hour somewhere. They might have a couple in them, and then we look normal. See, she's fine. Now you're on 3. You can't see 3 though. You don't know that. Our guest today is Justine Brooke Murray. Do you always go by Brooke? That's like a serial killer thing.
It's my stage name.
What?
My stage name.
That's not your real name?
Brooke is my middle name. I was given it, but Justine Brooke Murray just flows better and it sounds like a stage name. I used to be a theater kid.
Yeah.
So
get out.
I didn't make it in acting, so that's why I became a kvetching political.
Hold on. So that's your middle name. That's not really a stage name then. That's your full name. That's what they do with, again, like serial killers. You get the middle name out of it.
Right.
So it's the same thing with you.
Serial killers and actors or failed actors.
Are you a failed actor?
Yes.
No.
Admittedly.
Let's talk. Justine, don't let. This has already started in kind of this is sad. You're not failed yet. You're still very young.
Yes.
Wait till you fail at conservative politics like me, and then and then give us a call. Now I got John over there, scumbag. John's over there saying a wonderful man who loves to make fun of me all the time. You're doing well with things.
Well, thank you.
You're over at the Media Research Center. I'm a big fan.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
And we always love having you visit. And
That's right.
I was like a political nerd since I was 10.
Yeah.
So it was always in the back of my head that I wanted to delve into political commentary or just get into that field. But I started off as a theater kid. And frankly, where we are right now in DC, everyone is kind of a failed or a former theater kid.
Not me.
Not you, except
Not
for
me.
you.
I did not. I've been a conservative nerd my entire life. I've been doing this since I was like 21. So I'm very old now, and I'm just haggard.
Yeah.
You know,
You're
I'm
not
actually 20 years older than John.
Really?
Yeah, you don't know that. Yeah.
You guys both look so young.
So were you an Annie? Like, what did you fail at? Like, there's John over there. Hi, John. John, say hello.
Hi, John.
Hey, I can't help but notice, John.
Hello.
I can't help but notice that the wide camera, not in focus. The camera on you, perfectly focused. You look like you're taking a like 6K video of yourself over there. Did you turn the best camera on yourself?
Well, maybe not.
Come
I'll
on.
fix it. Don't worry.
It's supposed to be on me.
Correct.
Thank you.
So what auditions did you fail at? Was it Annie? Did you try for Annie?
I was in Annie twice. I was
As what?
as Annie. in
That's not failed.
community
then.
theater.
Oh, well, that failed.
And then and then I was Tessie, one of the like sad, whiny orphans.
Nobody knows them.
No one knows
just
who she
unnamed.
was. Exactly.
Were you like in the back? Did you have a broom? Did you dance with a broom? How do you? Or a
I
bucket?
had to put like brown eyeshadow on my face, and it was not blackface. It was.
You know, I find that when people say that they haven't done blackface, but describe doing blackface, that they've actually done blackface. John?
Yeah.
I just want to.
I'm not Justin Trudeau.
And you're not, what's her name from The View did it?
Oh, that's right.
The redhead. What's her name? Why can't I think of her name right now?
I can't think of her name. Joy. No.
Joy Behar.
Joy Behar.
Thank you, Media Research
Yeah.
Center. That Nick Fondacaro. Now you work with Nick Fondacaro
I
over
do.
there, and I like him. How's he doing? I always worry about his mental health.
Next, oh yes, because of the squawking round table of very round women on The View. That's basically his job.
That's
He
his whole job.
I worry for his mental health too, because he sometimes will send me stuff from The View. He'll say, I just can't take this anymore. Just saying, you need to
Really? He says that he sent thank you because I like this man. By the way, I'm doing a little promotion. Did you retweet the show? It's at the top. If everybody's,
retweeting it.
we need to do that right now.
Absolutely.
But I like Nick Fondacaro, and I is that how you, or Fondacaro? I always say Fondacaro.
I
but
always-
I'm a jerk.
That's kind of like the Jersey way of saying it. Caro.
Fondacaro.
Fondacaro.
I worry for him because again, he gets up every day, and also he does work on the weekends, and he is forced to watch The View every single day.
And the misery kind of seeps through the screen. He'll send me a clip, like just one clip, maybe
Yeah.
it's 30 seconds. And I'll like, oh, can you cover this for me? And I get depressed, and I'm not a depressed person. I'm very jovial, and it just it kills your mood.
Well, we're going to talk about your failed career in acting and see if we can't kill your mood. But no, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, Nick is a very strong character. A strong person. We pray for him every day that
I do too.
there's a Yiddish term called mieskite, and it's meant to describe like an ugly woman. I really think of it as an ugly, miserable woman. Ugly and miserable. That's kind of what describes The View. Ugly and miserable.
Oh, okay. I thought you were describing Nick as that, and I
No.
like Nick. Can you give me the camera? Is the camera on me right now? I like Nick Fondacaro. I want him to do well. You guys have a beautiful view of the outdoors. Like you're on like the top floor of this building.
Yes.
It's gorgeous where you are down in the middle of nowhere, Virginia. And I just worry, like that if you see him start turning towards the glass. That somebody can just like tackle him just to keep him safe. Again, I don't know. And then he's not the only one. Like you have people in that building, and then we'll talk about your stuff obviously here. But you have people in that building that are stuck watching this bullshit every day. Somebody gets up and watches Morning Joe. That's got to be terrible. Who watches Morning Joe every day? Do you know?
It's.
No, this is going to be
I
bad
think
for
it's
you.
my boss, Eric.
Oh, is it your boss?
It's my boss. But see, he's also a very strong. He handles it so well, and that's what we at the Media Research Center, we take the trauma so other people don't have to watch and be traumatized. We take it upon ourselves.
Giving, just a giving. Yeah. Go ahead. No, I'm listening. You just talk over me. Just go ahead. Yeah.
And that's basically what we do every day. I cover these miserable people on TikTok, these woke miskites. You know, they're crying about mass deportations, and you know their misery. It just seeps through. And of course, misery needs a buddy. So their goal is kind of to make all their viewers miserable.
Yeah.
But that's why we take the burden at MRC upon ourselves. So you guys. So the rest of society, the rest of America doesn't have to.
How
Kind
many
of like soldiers.
Hold on. How many Jewish phrases have you said so far? 2?
2.
Because once we get to like 6.
Kvetch mieskite.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and then that counts as 4 now because you said it twice. All right. We are 2 away from making it to a Candace Owens list, and I just want to
Uh-oh.
make sure that
I think I'm already on one of her lists.
I think you are too. I think and I'm just there. See, I've got Jewish phrases written there, and we're at 4. And so let's be careful because we're going to be. Are you Mossad?
Oh, crap, you got me.
I've been accused of being Mossad a bunch.
You did?
A ton.
Well,
Anytime I say anything that's pro-Israel,
God forbid.
hey, if they're cutting checks, do you know anybody? You got to start David on right now. You know anybody? I hear that the country's cutting checks for people.
Yeah, me too. I'm waiting for my check.
Right? Where's what? Yeah, you'll get yours first. But I'm just saying, like, if there's Mossad out there, if we're supposed to get paid,
Right. Where's the
money?
Where's the money? Where's the money? I still have. I take the metro every day. I can barely afford rent, but apparently, you know what? I think the checks are coming in late. That's what it is.
Is that what it is?
That's
Because I was told again that there were a lot of people on the internet who.
Yes,
aren't
they're
big
very
fans.
they're very angry at the Jews.
The Jews,
The
spelled
Jews.
Joos.
JOOS.
Yeah, a lot of them. And that came out of nowhere. So you've seen this, right? Again, and we'll talk more about everything here. I'm just I think you're getting the vibe of this now. Anti-Semitism. How much hate do you get now? Because I've seen this. So I've had Dov Hikind, who's the head of Americans Against
I love
Anti-Semitism.
Dove.
Love him.
Yeah.
Democrat who kind of defected and he supported Trump years ago. He was one of my very first radio guests years ago.
He's a third Yiddish word, mensch. Mensch. It means
Here
a
we
very
go.
good person.
Here we go. And then if you saw this, if he wasn't playing with the camera, I've been using my prop to write
How many Jewish words?
5. And I just want to make sure, because we're in trouble. We're going to make the Candace O list.
Better-
We're going to make the O list.
The O list. Nobody wants to be. on that.
Nobody wants to be on the O
The
list.
O
All right.
list.
So no, Dove is great. And we used to talk about all the crazy attacks and things that were happening in New York that were unbelievable how anti-Semitism has gone through the roof. Like just you as a conservative, incredible conservative, MRC, great organization, obviously. So is the Heritage Foundation. Here, can you just, is it on me? Good. Boy, do I love the Heritage Foundation. Thanks for these best studios, right? Better than your studios, huh?
What?
Look at this. Better than the MRC
This is
studios here.
Well, okay, I beg to differ. I think it's like an even Steven here. I have to plug our own studio in because we have like a really beautiful shelf and we have lights and a sign.
Oh, they have a shelf.
We have a shelf.
Oh, look out. They got a bookshelf.
We have a bookshelf.
Does it have actual books on it or are they props?
They might be props. They used to be books. We kind of got rid of them now. But we have plants.
You have
plants?
Do we have plants, Pop?
I don't see any plants.
We have plants.
Where? I see.
Are you going to get a plant? Can you get us a plant, please, and just bring it onto the set?
I see an American flag. I love the American
It's an
flag.
incredible American flag.
It's beautiful.
By the way,
beautiful.
this is probably the best studio to the point that Megyn Kelly's done her show here. I think Bongino did his show here at some point too. Like all these like huge people. Me too. But like all these big people do their shows here. Has Megyn Kelly done her show from? We have to have a cut in order for look. Short staffed because I'm doing this after hours. All right, so it's just me on camera. Nobody can see anything of me now. It's just me on camera right now. Oh my gosh! Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes.
Okay, we have one plant.
Oh, hey, who's got a plant now?
There we go.
Oh,
You
my.
one up me. What can I say?
Hey, David Bozell. We got plants too here at the studio.
Cactus. Yeah.
We're modernizing this. No, but can we get the and 20 minutes from now he's getting comfortable over there. I just want to let him. Here we go. Thank you, John. He's wonderful, by the way. He's like one of the best in the business. He's been doing this for years. Can we put the camera on her because I have a question for her? Thank you. There we go.
Thank you.
But anti-Semitism has been ridiculous, and Dove was making me aware of this years ago. Do you get a lot of hate from people who should be considered conservative online?
All the time. Like every morning I wake up and I get like friendly messages like, good morning, Justine. And then I get Die Jew or Die Yahudi, which is Arabic for Jew. Or I'll get some people who claim to be on the right. Hitler should have finished the job, yada, 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 you Jewish C word. That was in response to me daring to criticize the media support for Zohran, Madame.
Oh, we're going to talk about the Mamdani? Yeah. You know, he eats rice with his hands because he's from a third world country.
Oh, yes.
We're going to get to that in a bit.
So authentic. He's totally keeping it real.
He understands pores because he eats with his hands.
Right, for the camera.
But yeah, right. Well, I just want to talk to you about all this other stuff though. I mean, but I don't think people realize how ugly it's gotten.
It's an age-old hatred, and I would argue that it's the oldest hatred in the book, and it rears its ugly head every couple of years. but it's always trendy. And right now it seems like the Jew hate mob is the new BLM cancel mob. Of course, BLM, they've been anti-Semitic all along. But in 2020, God forbid you criticize the fact that BLM wanted all Black companies, all Black staff. It was okay to discriminate against whites. God forbid you said, hey, you know, that's kind of racist and wrong. They would come for your job. They would come for your head. And now you have this social media mob, and it's a fusion of leftists. I like to call it the Islamo-Marxist, fascist, or Nazi fusion. It's like a trifecta of these three groups, and they all come together to agree on one thing. They hate the Jews, and God forbid you criticize them or you say the slightest thing like, I don't know, Iran shouldn't have nukes. They'll come for you in droves. The mob will cancel you.
Yeah.
And the same people, the same conservatives who railed against cancel culture in 2020, they're repeating the BLM tactics. So I've gotten this on a daily since October 7th. It's just kind of been,
which is crazy, right?
Yeah.
Because that was such like a horrible day. Not to cut you off here, but that was like such a horrible event that like that's where like there's this divide all of a sudden, and like people really went after Jewish people. I can't believe what I'm seeing, and they're blaming Israel for that. And I'm watching this. I'm like, what? Are we on the same planet anymore?
it feels like the Twilight Zone. And the same people who claim to be America first, they're the ones who are willing, just because they don't like Jews, they're willing to have Iran and Hamas basically take over the West.
I like
They're-
that accent for Hamas, by the way.
Hamas.
Oh,
Actually,
that counts. I'm sorry.
that's a Hebrew word. Hamas is actually Hebrew for violence.
We've made Candace Owens' list.
Watch
over.
out, Candace.
No, she's coming after us.
I'm on the.
That's we're gonna be on the show.
I'm already on the jihadi list. Now I'm on the Candace kill list. She's gonna issue.
Are you on a list? Are you on a jihadi list?
I probably am.
Because you know they have the enemies of the state of Ukraine list.
Oh, that's right.
And like I didn't make the cut, and I just think, what do I need to do? You know,
Yeah.
I'm a friend of Israel, and I don't want the war to continue in Ukraine. What do I have to get on a hate list from a country? Like, what do I need to do?
I'll spare you. I'll give you a yarmulke. You can put a little yami on.
Amen. Can you give me a good one? Can you get me a little sequin one?
Yeah, a little sequin. Like a little.
I have a
sparkly-
Mets one, I think, somewhere.
You
Somebody bought me a
do?
Mets one. Yeah.
I love that.
I should have worn it. I would have impressed you.
Well, we'll convert you right now.
It's-
I'll bring the rabbi in.
But I what? Nope, not gonna ask that. I have tattoos though, and that keeps me out of the.
It keeps you out of Jewish graveyards if you want to like be buried in a Jewish graveyard.
Yeah.
But honestly,
I can be in the bad part of town. It's fine.
yeah,
You can bury me in just.
we'll
the
bury you in
whatever.
like Newark, New Jersey.
Where you are, or is that where you represent as Miss Central New Jersey?
No, Newark is.
What a seamless segue that was. Cemeteries in Newark to hey, beauty queen. Let's talk about that. yeah.
Yes. I was Miss Central Jersey. I used to compete for Miss New Jersey every year, and it's part of the Miss America system. Every Miss New Jersey candidate, you have to compete and win a local title.
Okay.
So the titles can sound really good. Like one time I was Miss Garden State or Miss North Jersey, but then I became Miss Central Jersey, and most people don't even believe that exists. So I get made fun of that a lot, but I'm a very staunch advocate for Central Jersey's right to exist, just as I am of Israel's right to exist. And every year, some leftist mob always tries to get me kicked out of the pageant. And it's always something else. So I actually went to one of these pro-jihad rallies outside Rockefeller Center. It was the Christmas tree lighting 2 years ago, or almost
It
2
was a
years.
pro-jihad rally at the Christmas tree lighting.
They wanted to interrupt the Christmas tree lighting.
They were on the naughty list.
They were definitely on the
Yeah.
naughty list. No one's given them any presents for Christmas.
Yeah.
But I showed up, and you had these masked military-aged men, and they had the rags on their heads, and they're all covered up, and they were shouting, "Ah, la, 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 la," Die Yehudi. And I pulled my phone
You
out.
could play that on Broadway.
It was perfect pitch.
It was, yeah, it was pretty good. It was
That
solid.
was
Yeah. Keep going. Sorry.
I-
By the way, fastest I've ever gotten to 40,000 views on one of these shows. Just FYI, that wasn't like a special. It's probably that. Go ahead. Sorry. Why is it? Yeah, hold on. I just want to say something really quick. Can we put that camera on me? Sorry, I have ADHD. Tiny baby Nugget is at home watching this right now. It's my assistant, Trinity. She's actually director of operations. We moved her up.
That's a lovely lovely nickname.
When she does, she is Tiny Baby Nugget. When she's on the show, 90,000 views. Obviously, there's something to having pretty girls on the show. Yeah, but I just want to encourage. She told me, because I encourage men to get, not yours, but I encourage men to go into her DMs on Instagram. Only men that are older than me and creepier, and just because that's what she's into, right, Trinity? My phone's going to blow up here in a second. I just want them, if you want to shoot your shot with Trinity, you go over to her Instagram. It's very easy to find. You just stalk her on the internet. You're already doing it. And just slide into those DMs and leave her a message. On Sunday, we're going to go through some of these DMs from these men.
I'm interested in seeing this.
You got to get creepy DMs, right?
Usually it's from like Pakistani princes who send me DMs like open Bob and Vagine. They can't really speak English.
What? I'm sorry. What? What are in the messages again?
They're usually like, hello, HALLO. Please send Bob. What they're really saying is please send, nudes, but they can't talk right. So they'll
Bob?
BOB. Like open Bob, send Bob.
Okay.
And usually it's that, or it's men
who have a show at the Heritage Foundation.
Yes.
Who are like, you want to come on my show on the Heritage Foundation?
It's usually that,
Yeah.
or it's like Middle Eastern men saying show Bob or Daya Hudi, or
Yikes.
yeah.
Okay. Miss Central New Jersey, let's go.
Yeah, so every year someone tries to get me kicked out of the pageant. And I went to this jihadi rally and I was just filming in the background. I was already getting yelled at and I'm filming and I call these people jihadists. I say, hey, get a load of these jihadists.
Uh-oh.
This like really rotund Antifa type lady who's like one of those journalists. She starts screaming at me. What the bleep did you call them? Like, you piece of, and she's, you dumb white girl. Well, first of all, she was whiter than me.
Yeah.
She's pastier than me. And that's saying something.
And she had a lot more surface area, which actually does qualify her to be whiter than you, just size-wise.
Fair.
Yeah.
She starts filming me, chasing me out of there, screaming. And the next day, I'm at work. This was when I was working at a previous job. And these girls behind me at my job go, Justine, what's this all over the internet? Well, this girl doxes me. And Newsweek writes, Newsweek, the totally fair and balanced, lovely journalists there, they write in the headline, Miss America hopeful goes viral for calling protesters, peaceful, innocent protesters, jihadists.
I enjoy this.
And
do you have that framed on a wall? Did you print it out?
I did.
Did you really?
I did.
That's so cool.
What I'll do is I'm going to print it in my office and I have all these little tchotchkes in my office and on my shelves. So I'm going to just put it right up there.
What?
Tchotchke.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Thank you, John.
Are we at 5 now?
We're at 9.
9. Oh, wow. We're going.
I thank you for, John has got the Candace O watch for the list. We're going to make the list.
We're probably already on it.
Oh, you're on.
Yeah.
You're definitely on it. I'm just trying to get
She's
there.
going to issue a fatwa by the end of the show.
The Candace O fatwa. Who could forget? She's just out there. I worry about her sometimes. All right. So you went viral for that. Have you gone viral for other stuff? Because I know you do a show over at MRC. Obviously, I've seen. Oh, I know what you've gone viral for. And I should have. Where can I find this? You went to. Where did you go? You brought all the paperwork with you. It was like a massive.
Yes. PBS,
NPR, PBS?
NPR and PBS. They are our lovely taxpayer-funded, totally unbiased, wink, wink, media outlets. And the Media Research Center, we've been covering them for decades. MRC has been covering them since before I was born. But we built this tower called the Left-Leaning Tower of Bias. And it's 15 years of our coverage of media bias spewed by these two outlets. So we got a little wagon. We put the tower on the wagon. And this was right after a hearing where the CEOs of both outlets testified that well, they've never witnessed any evidence of their leftism, or they also insisted that they would actually love to see the Media Research Center's documentation of their bias. So we thought, okay, so we brought it to their doorsteps. Of course, security shooed me out both times. And they treated me like I was a security threat. It's like 5'1" girl with the, just a little towel.
You do look like a security threat.
I look
to
like
me.
a jihadist.
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
I-
So there
you
it
know,
is. I've got it up on the screen. You can't see it because we don't have a screen for you to see. But so this is tall. How much taller than you is this thing? Because it's massive.
It's about maybe like 3 feet taller than me.
It's massive.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Yeah. And you went out. Hold on. You were outside and what? Did you talk to Elmo?
I did.
What's happening?
That was at a protest. It was outside NPR. And it was, of course, a fusion between these like PBS and NPR boomer types. And to pull at our heartstrings, they brought out Elmo, they brought out Big Bird, they brought out The Count, because they're insisting that, well, if you want to defund PBS, you want to kill Big Bird, even though PBS has had nothing to do, has not owned Sesame Street or the Muppet Comrades for 10 years.
Yeah.
They don't care.
It's HBO, right?
It was HBO. Now it's going to be Netflix.
Got it.
Yeah. But of course, we're going to render poor Elmo homeless if we don't shovel hundreds of millions of taxpayer dollars so PBS can teach our kids about drag queens, which was actually part of their children's programming.
Well, you have to have that. Kids obviously need to learn about drag queens. Right?
And
That's
how
like the thing.
as one song went on their show, the hips of the drag queen go swish, swish.
Really?
They had this man in a dress and it looked like a pink tutu. And he goes, the hips on the drag queen go swish, swish. It's like very.
Right, Pop? That's so bizarre.
You'd think,
Explode.
Yeah.
right? You'd think, and why do they have to peddle? Why do they always have to use children as their outlet to peddle their weird sex kink, their fetishes?
That's what all this is, though. That's the weird thing, right? Because it's like, why would anyone, and I talked about this with parents on the show all the time, why would anyone want to talk to kids about sex, let alone their own parents? It's already uncomfortable enough. You got to be a real freak to want to talk to somebody else's kids about and encourage it, sex.
It's very it definitely gives pedo vibes. It reminds me, actually, in Canada, the Toronto Zoo just got in trouble because they kicked out all journalists and a parent who they were trying to ask, why are you hosting this drag queen? He's like this creepy bald guy with a pedo stash, and he posts naked pictures of himself online. And Canada, this Toronto Zoo, they hosted him for a recurring drag queen story hour. And one of their goals is to, quote unquote, teach kids about self-love. Wink, wink.
What?
Self-love.
By the way, that page is no longer. So I've pulled up the Toronto Zoo website. Are they still doing it? Because the it's error not found right now for that. Did they get rid of it?
They either blocked everyone who would cover them in not so much of a positive light, or they're just hiding it. I think they're probably hiding it. They're covering it up. They know they're in trouble, and they actually kicked the team at Rebel News out.
I've got it right here. Oh my God, wait, this is what is at the Toronto Zoo? You don't see this, but this is what? It is not good.
You had mentioned earlier that many of the people in our office must be traumatized, and how do we not?
Who's watching this stuff?
Me.
You're pulling the short straw on watching the drag queen stuff?
My job, yes, all day yesterday and the day before, I look at pictures of this man's hairy tuchus. That is 10.
Fuck.
Hairy tuchus. I had to look at this guy. And of course, my poor editors, I think my editors are going to need to seek counseling now because I put them through so much. I send B-roll and footage. Hey, can you guys please blur out this guy's,
Stuff.
schlong?
Yeah.
11.
Oh, sorry. I was reading the comments. There you go. Thank you. This is a good game. I like this game. I'm not even. Schlong is Jewish?
I think that's like Yiddish. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I grew up
Wow.
hearing schlong. Yeah. And this guy, and he just dances around, lets it hang out. These people are exhibitionists. And it's much deeper.
Go ahead. I'm just nodding along. Go ahead. Yeah.
Part of the reason why they're pervs and pedos is it all goes just down to the root of they're narcissists
Mm-hmm.
and being an exhibitionist or enforcing, your personal, private parts and your no bits on kids and everyone else. The root of it is based, and this is the root of leftism, is what Sigmund Freud kind of coined with you had the id and then you had the superego, and the id is your primitive instincts,
Mhm.
and you believe that you shouldn't have any conscience, that self-responsibility and a conscience, those things are there's totally leftism completely rejects that. And it's an excuse, a political ideology that excuses people to be narcissistic, to just cave to their primitive instincts, to be disgusting, and to impose their nudity on everybody else. And they feel like they shouldn't receive any consequences for it. They should just
Well, they don't.
They don't. Yet they're the same tribe that preaches speech equals violence, and anybody who disagrees with them, that's considered hate speech, and they should face consequences. I always get so sick of hearing the left preach in order to defend censorship. Oh well, free speech doesn't mean freedom from consequences. Yet they believe they shouldn't face any consequences for going after kids and showing their naughty bits.
You have to watch all these videos. Like the pride parades and stuff too, where they're all naked. Why is it that it's legal for them to walk naked at a pride parade, but any other time? Like, why is it that like the stuff too? And I always talk about this, like the stuff that they push on kids. Like, so if I said that to one of my colleagues around here, some of the stuff that's in one of those books or whatever that they talk to kids, I would get thrown out.
It would be
of the
HR
building.
violation.
It would be, and I'm familiar with those.
Uh-oh.
But you would get through, but they can get away with it with kids. I just think it's disgusting.
It's mostly in cities, of course, that are run by the left.
Yeah.
And I believe it was it Sam Francis who coined the term anarcho-tyranny, which basically means that your leftist leaders, they will allow bums and thugs, like in New York, to basically run around and wreak havoc, and that includes these perverts running around naked and just embracing it as, it's part of who they are. It's their liberty, but they're going to censor you. They're going to throw people in jail for saying the wrong thing. It's what we're seeing in the UK. So this is what it is. And it goes back to the ideology that, speech equals consequences if you disagree with the leftist philosophy. But the left, they have the right to basically do whatever they want and to commit crimes. And this idea of self-responsibility is so foreign to them. It's such a foreign concept. So they don't need to face consequences. And it's this idea that, what they do is righteous. So if you dress up as a woman, Tim, and you walk around here and you repeat some of the disgusting things from those children's books or what the drag queens do, then maybe, not at Heritage, because this is a good conservative organization.
I think it is.
But elsewhere, they would say, he's just being himself. All you have to do is put on a wig, put some kabuki makeup on.
It's helped me in that when you're on the road for a long road trip and sometimes the bathroom is full of guys, you can just go in the women's bathroom now and use it and they can't stop you.
Yeah.
It's great, right? They don't have urinals in there. Pop's done that. he's agreeing with it. Now you can just go into any bathroom you want anymore. Actually, I kind of go to the family bath when I go to the airport.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever in the family bathroom.
They're
and I just go in
huge.
right. You use them too, don't you?
Guilty.
So that's nobody knows that. And listen, I'm my own family. Sometimes I identify
as third people.
But people could stretch out in there, take a nap.
It's great.
It's right.
It's great. And if there's no family in it, why not?
Exactly.
It's like the handicap bathroom.
Here we go.
I need extra room to put on my makeup.
I'm sorry. What now? So you need is that a pageant queen thing? You have to have extra space. You use the handicapped stall.
Yes.
To put on makeup.
I deprive those.
Here we go. She's going to get her title stripped from her. Miss Central New Jersey here.
Guilty. I deprive those poor handicapped people, the cripple in the wheelchair. Too bad. I got to put on my makeup. So I identify as handicapped for 5 minutes. Or I have to put my purse. I need room for my purse, me and my purse.
It's a learning experience.
Yeah.
Now you're on somebody else's list. I don't think Candace Owens, but
No, I might be
somebody
on my
else's.
my own orgs list.
Yeah, your own orgs list. Have you ever used the handicap bathroom and an actual handicap person came in to use the restroom when you were there in the stall?
No.
I have.
What I Okay, now we're
It's
both
just,
on the
It's just awkward.
now we're both on the HR lists. That makes two
That
of us.
just happens, you know.
Yeah, you can't help it.
Yeah.
But just identify.
Yeah.
Can I jump in
Yeah.
for a second?
Here we go.
We always consider the handicap bathroom to be best to stall because it gives you room to spread out.
By the way,
Relax.
you hateful conservatives, it's differently abled.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful. We love it. But I've never had anyone come in on me, so
Well,
never.
thanks for the tips. Now, thanks. Tune in for the political talk about the big, beautiful bill. Stick around for tips and tricks of how to sneak around handicap bathrooms.
Yeah.
You use handicap bathrooms to put it. You know what's interesting is the ones in Florida. They have their own sink in.
I love that.
It's
I
like your
love-
own little oasis in
Yep.
the bathroom.
You put your purse down, you like
Yeah.
spread your makeup out,
Yeah.
and then you kind of see under the stall door some wheels. Okay. Then you have to
This
run
is
out before
not, this is
they
not,
catch you.
This is, I don't know where this is going.
I will have.
You took it. I had lightly joked about this, and you are dead. Like, this is scary. Justine Brooke Murray, this scares me about you. You sound like a bad person.
I will say
I care for the differently abled.
I won Miss Congeniality twice, which means Miss Congeniality means like the nice person
And
award.
I saw Miss Congeniality too, so shove it.
Yeah.
Wait, so you were the nicest person at the
Yes.
pageant?
Usually,
Doesn't that mean you're like the
the one who
not
lost.
the not looking,
Yeah.
not good looking one?
Yeah, usually that's kind of what happens.
What's pageant life like? Yeah, let's learn about this. We have serious politics to talk about, but you know what? People are just tuning in to look at you and then DM you on Instagram probably. So
Oh, really?
yeah, let's get this to like
Are there
80,000
any
views.
nice Jewish boys DMing me, or is it all like the ones who keep telling me to die? Because
That's probably the ones that tell you to die.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
used
kind of
to
that's where
that.
this goes. Yeah, it's like that. It's par for the course here. It's a new
The usual.
Candy's fans.
You have to take it as a compliment.
Does anybody call her Candy?
Candy? I haven't heard that nickname since Candy Crowley. Remember the really rotund lady during the that debate from CNN?
Yeah.
I got in trouble in 4th grade. It was during the McCain Obama election because I ran around. I think it was, or was it? It was. I don't know if it was the re-election.
She can't remember who she was calling fat in 4th grade, but it was a lot of people.
Yeah.
And this was before she started using the handicap bathrooms.
And this was before I won Miss Congeniality.
So, is it? What are these women like at these pageants?
There,
We have real topics to talk about, by the way. We're not going to get to them.
People
I
are
enjoy this.
surprised.
I'm learning so much about you, Justine.
I'm learning so much about you.
You've learned nothing about me.
I am
You've just
really
learned that I will humor you talking about how terrible of a human being you are, and that
Thank
we
you.
have plants in this building. So you got a shot of this?
I almost want to touch it, but it's
I
a
kind of
cactus.
do too, right? Like just to see if you get.
I'm just
Are
like
these
very
prickly?
temp-
No, he says they're not prickly, but I
Should
don't
I
trust
try
him.
it?
I don't think you should do that. I don't know what the insurance situation here is in the building, but if you
Can I
Yeah.
get compensation if I touch it and I get hurt?
probably. So let's just go ahead and move that back to this side of the table because I'm trying to protect this organization from litigious Jewish people.
Guilty.
That's what she's already like. She's been here for like 40 minutes. She's threatened to sue us already and fake an
Sorry,
injury.
I can't help it. It's like Jewish Tourette's.
This is amazing, by the way. I have enjoyed every second of this.
Me too.
Your office is going to love it tomorrow too about the whole handicap bathroom
Oh
thing.
yeah.
Yikes.
Although I will say,
Yeah, go ahead.
MRC has been the best place to work at and to not get in trouble for jokes you make and things you say.
Cool human beings there.
Yeah.
Just cool human beings
Just very
there. No, go ahead. Keep going. No, I want to, so you can say awful things in the office. By the way, I want to talk about while we've got you here, and I'm a very nice person. I will be on the MRC cruise to Norway coming up August 30th through September 6th, 2025. Holland, America, Rotterdam. Of course, David Bozell will be there. Let me tell you about these speakers, by the way. You know who won't be there? A person who uses the wrong bathroom.
Oh, no, they will. Oh, Leah.
No, you. You won't be there because obviously that like they want to make sure that they accommodate
That's
differently
right.
abled people on this cruise.
Oh, right.
And you use the handicap bathroom. So
I might
here at the
traumatize.
MRC Cruise to Norway, I want to talk about it real quick. David Bozell is going to be there. Brent Bozell, who he's like the man, right?
He's the best.
Like, right, just a brilliant man, and Media Research Center, all their work incredible. Joe Concha, Tim Graham, obviously also awesome. I love his testimony on Capitol Hill. Dana Lash, who lives down the street from me, actually, in Texas. Larry O'Connor, Dan Schneider, Kevin Sorbo, Sam Sorbo, Michelle Tafoya, Alan West, Brad Dacus, and then, of course, the most beautiful person on the entire cruise, Tim Young, will be there. So if you haven't gotten in on this yet, you should go. You can contact them. You can get on this cruise to Norway. I think it's going to be beautiful. I've never been on a cruise before. I'm excited to drink too much and embarrass myself.
Yes.
So come do that. But someone who will not be on the cruise to Norway again is. Can we zoom in on her at the same time? We'll just do this like a side by
thank
side.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I feel very, very seen. And
People who won't be there
appreciated.
are people who use handicapped bathrooms to put on makeup because they need extra space.
Yeah, you
But
caught
it would
me.
be nice if you were there.
I would like.
I
I would love to be part of it. I'm up for any trip. Just like tell me where to go and I'll be there. I could.
And I
use-
said, look, I have no pull, obviously, but I said to you that if I would have asked someone if you could come along, it would sound salacious and disgusting. And I couldn't do
Yes.
that. And it would sound like I was up to no good.
but that's a very kind thought. But that's
I thought about it.
very sweet.
Like when you think about using the regular stalls in the bathroom, but then you're like, no,
Yeah.
I'm using the handicapped one.
and then you found out I was a total jerk, and then you thought, yeah, maybe it's a good idea. I would pay. I would like to pay to go on.
This is
I
a
would just
conversation for
enjoy it.
you in your office, and I don't want to get involved in this. I would pay. You can dock or pay.
No.
Bring it along. She won't. Well, they can
I
just take it
just-
out. And install
I
it
always
for you.
like to look for employee discounts. You know, being Jewish and all, we have to look for the discounts
I
and
think it's
the.
disgusting how
the
you talk
deals.
about Jewish people like they're cheap money grubbing. That's just awful.
That is so anti-Semitic.
I respect. Why are you anti-Semitic?
I'm trying to
I
get
respect
on Candace's
Jewish
show.
people. Candy,
trying to
trying to get
get-
on with Candy.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the topic. Here's a seamless segue. Zorhan Mondami. I just want to pull this up. He, and we're gonna, but you can't see this video. I'm gonna pull up this video here. He the other day did this little video where he's eating rice with his hands.
So the third holy grail of taboos in American politics, you have socialism, you have Islam, and then you have Palestine. And you are really going for the trifecta.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go. Tell me, why is Palestine a part of your politics?
Okay, I don't care. But he's like, number one, just has a pile of rice in front of him. I don't even think there's like any other like protein on it.
It's just rice.
It's just, it's clearly a stunt, right? This is clearly just him trying to make it seem like he didn't go to a school that now costs $66,000 for students to go to as a child.
Look how authentic he's being.
He's
so
very-
real, totally keeping it real. And I love that he says that, well, no one knows what it's like to have grown up in the third world. That kind of reminded me of Michelle Obama when she said, no one knows what it's like to be the former first lady. Oh God, life is so tough. Oh,
Also, hot sauce. Hillary Clinton and hot sauce.
yeah.
She got that hot sauce in her purse.
Or Pocahontas, Liz
Oh, yeah.
Warren.
By the
with
way, I have a copy of Pow Wow Chow. I have
You
an
do?
original printing of Pow Wow Chow.
Can I have one?
I only have one of it.
Oh,
No,
you can't like
you
copy. it.
canceled hanging out afterwards, so you don't get
Oh.
you don't get anything from me. There's no handouts for you.
No
but
handouts?
I have an original copy. I found it years ago from Boston. Somebody had one, and so inside, I think she says she's Cherokee or something. And then also, not only did she lie about like her Indian heritage, but Native American
Oh, that's
heritage.
right. No, indigenous.
Oh, and yeah. I want to give credit to the people's land that we're on right now,
Right.
by the way, who didn't defend it very
A
well
moment,
years
a
ago.
moment of silence.
Yeah, they should have defended it better. Then we wouldn't be here. But they put up a good fight, Didn't trade it for beads like Manhattan
Nope.
or Long Island or whatever it was. Anyway, her recipes were stolen from, I think, the New York Times cookbook or something like that too. So like
Really?
everything was, yeah. Somebody
know
just said
that.
beautiful to that, by the way. That was. And welcome to New Yorkistan as well. I haven't been reading the comments today because you've had such a delightful conversation here, and we're going to keep going. We got about 15 minutes left. Yeah, is this the most ridiculous performative person you've seen in politics?
It truly, it's just, he's regurgitating the same old stunt, the same old 12th Yiddish term shtick that you got Michelle Obama, you had Liz Warren pretending that she was getting a beer. Remember, she was on that live stream, or how AOC always pretends to be so down to earth. Sandy from the block actually went to a fancy prep school. So the fact that they really think that it's working, like it might be working among Democrats right now because the left has really deteriorated to that point. But among everyone else, among the Americans, most Americans who came out in support of Trump and who are kind of recognizing that this is a stunt, like it's not working. They're trying to pull up every old thing in the book.
Did you see the searches for what is socialism went through the roof in New York right after he won that primary election?
I did see that.
It's insane to me. These people have no idea even what they're voting for. They have no idea what's in store for them. It's ridiculous. Government-owned grocery stores, fun time. I hear it's great. Bread lines are amazing.
It's totally free. It's what they're taught on college campuses, because a majority of the people who support these socialists, so first it's, we can thank the legacy media, we can thank the New York Times, we can thank also your propagandists on college campuses. You have these young 20-year-olds, and that's all they know. They were bred to believe that socialism works, Marxism is hip and cool. And I love how the media calls this guy charismatic. He's like, just as charismatic as they called Che Guevara and Stalin, and he's hip and cool, and it's trendy. It's like he's running for a class president. No homework.
Yeah,
Free stuff.
no, it's pretty bad. But unfortunately, right now I'm looking at Kalshi, great sponsor of the show, by the way, kalshi.com/Tim Young. You go over to Kalshi, and right now he is favored at 73% to win on Kalshi. Kalshi's usually pretty accurate on this stuff. These are predictive markets, and he's favored to win. Eric Adams at 22%, Andrew Cuomo at 5%. I don't know why he'd still be in it. And but Mamdani is favored to win with 73%. It's unbelievable to me that we're in this position in America right now.
Yeah, the fact that as we talked about with anti-Semitism, Marxism, it rears its ugly head because people get too comfortable, especially young people. They don't know what it's like to have gone through breadlines. They don't know what it's like to live under tyranny.
They will.
Now they will.
Yeah,
and
they need time.
It could be an eye-opening lesson. Maybe this could be used. I don't want to see New York get destroyed. I love New York. I grew up going to New York. I'm from New Jersey. I had worked in New York for 2 years, actually, when it started getting bad. I don't want to see parts of this country turned into a Marxist hellhole. But it might be an eye-opening lesson for young people. Maybe they just need a rude awakening.
Yeah. By the way, someone corrected you in the comments here. You called Michelle Obama a she, and we want to use the right pronouns.
I misgendered.
So I'm sorry. Yeah, you absolutely. So shame on you. It's disgusting. You disgust me. You basically dead named her with her or dead pronoun there. All right, you're in media. I broke him. You're in media. I love, by the way, I'm a big fan. She was on the show, Nancy Mace.
Yes.
Like her. One day I saw her out and she said to me, she's tired of the tranny shit. And she said, I'm going to go get a drink and tweet at the bar like you do, Tim. And ever since then, we're friends. Because that's I love that for me too.
That's a very much of a bonding exercise, drunk tweeting at the bar.
But I was having dinner with people. I should have just sat there. I'm happy to do that, by the way. Sit around with a member of Congress and drink, and then because she works her ass off and she gets attacked all the time, and so I don't blame her for getting. By the way, I thought that was the weirdest thing with the Pete Hegseth, his confirmation hearing, where they were naming times when he was drunk on a party bus, and I'm like, if you weren't drunk on the party bus, I think that's weird.
Yeah. That's like serial killer vibes.
Yeah, right? He's sitting in the back we need to figure this out. That's, there's another term I would say, I'm not going to say it's kind of the R word, little rapey. Like if you're sitting
Oh.
around with a bunch of drunk people around and you're
But it
and
makes
you're,
sense,
and you're sober.
right?
And you're sober.
It's like, why?
But like, and the same thing, they were like, at a Christmas party, he had to be carried
Oh,
out. I'm like, yeah,
no.
are you kidding me? At an open bar, at a Christmas party, after a long year of work, you're going to celebrate. You should celebrate. You should have a great time. But also, he's a great Secretary of Defense. I'm so glad he got through that. But it was just so ridiculous when they were talking about that. And so that's why when I say, like, you know, she's sitting at the bar drinking, she deserves it.
Well,
She puts up with a lot of shit.
also, like, this is coming from the left, which thinks it's okay for their politicians to have sex in Senate hearing rooms
Correct.
and film themselves.
I forgot about that.
And-
That's disgusting.
and
That's
post-
another horrifying. Did you have to edit that video?
Maybe. I actually gave the dirty work, that part, to.
Does anyone think about, like, again, like, I just, if David Bozell sees this, and I've talked to him about this, I've gone at long length, these poor people that work, they're doing God's work. You're doing God's work, right?
Thank you.
Old and New Testament. And I just, I look at this and I go, this is horrifying. You have to edit nudes of these, like, terrible, you have to blur out the nudes of all the awful stuff. And then the sex video in the Senate chambers. I'm not saying give them a bonus. Look, they negotiated poorly. If they get what they get.
Or a trip on the cruise.
Can you get back to me, please, on this one? But I just think I'm looking at this and I go, you guys, like, I mean, the health insurance has got to be good over there, right? The mental, is there a counselor on site for you guys when you have to view this garbage from the left and then you can go somewhere? Because again, I'm more concerned for you. I thought Fonda Caro had it bad, but now that you have to edit all this crazy stuff from, like, Drag Queen Story Hour and stuff, and all these men with just junk out.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We're strong people, so we don't. That the left needs counselors on site. We're
I would
not
need
one
a
of those.
counselor. I'm not strong enough to go through the videos that you guys go through over there every day.
Maybe a bartender on site. We'll call
Hey,
up AOC.
hey, you're not a drinker though. There's no. And I again, like, not to go through. I should do a tour of the office and videotape this for my show. But Fonda Caro's got Legos on his desk, and that's what I would do to keep my mind sane. Is like have like fun. He's got cool collections of Legos on his. I know you don't understand this as like a pageant girl, but sometimes toys relax people who are stressed out.
I
And
have
like action figures.
toys on my desk.
No, you don't.
I decorated since you visited.
Your desk looked empty and sad.
Well, now it has a New Jersey Exit Zero sign on it. Like a sign that says Exit Zero, the sign of my Jersey Shore exit. Yeah, it also has a lamp screen.
Wow. Oh,
And-
you really fucking did it.
Oh, it also, I went to what's that store? It's like that arts and crafts store. I bought like this
Hobby
little,
Lobby?
No, close. It starts
Why
with-
didn't you go to Hobby Lobby?
I don't
Are
know.
you not conservative?
I went to the closest store nearby,
Michael's?
Michael's, and
Michael's sold the trans nutcrackers,
Oh,
which I bought
shoot.
8 of and gave to everyone for Christmas one year.
yeah,
they
those
burn
are.
really well.
Should I put those on my desk? Maybe
I'll bring them in. I got a couple
Yeah.
extra ones in my house. I'll bring
little
them.
drag queen.
So you went to
statues.
Michael's and then what'd you get at Michael's?
I bought like this little fairy display. So now I have like little fairy figurines on, and I brought like fake grass, and it's like pink and green.
What?
It's cute. I work. The funny thing is, my entire cubicle area is they're all men. You know,
Very attractive men you work around.
yes, we're a good-looking bunch of people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's why we're so popular.
Mm-hmm.
But
So you have a bunch of shit from Michael's on your desk that you just went and got and threw
Yeah.
out on the. Mhm.
yeah, but
Okay.
I have like my desk is like all pink, and then you have like the boys area, which is all like dude stuff, you know, Legos.
Well, but I like the Legos. I think that's awesome. I think it's way cooler than whatever fairyland you've made over there. Is there glitter on your desk? Do you have like a bunch of glitter and shit that just gets on everything?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right. So here's enough of that. We got through that without a Jewish term, by the way. That was pretty good.
Let's see what term I can make up. Hmm.
We'll figure it out. We got time. All right, so here we go. I want to show this. This is Sydney Long on Twitter. She is the comms director, God bless her, for Nancy Mace. And Nancy has been touring the country, going into Wawa's wearing like silk pajamas with hearts on them. Which what do you do if you say I don't want to hear from Pop what he would do? But you see Nancy Mace coming in pajamas. I'm taking a photo. I'm surprised there aren't selfies, but like she's driving the country, we're wearing pajamas, getting to DC, doing the hard work for her district. But they misprinted this on the Daily Beast, and so Sydney Long, who's one of my favorite people, she sent a correction out. Says, "Hey, Will, this is for the Daily Beast guy. In your latest article on Congresswoman Mace, you described her pajamas as polka dotted. That's incorrect. The pajamas in question featured a pink heart pattern, not polka dots. We understand that fashion reporting isn't the Daily Beast's strong suit, but if you're going to critique the fit, at least get the print right. We respectfully request a correction be issued to reflect this factual detail accurately. Hearts are in, polka dots are out. Best Sydney." That's a star. I love that.
I love that too. They're getting after, that's some very serious fake news there.
That's incredible.
You
fake
do,
news.
as a pageant girl, that is a high crime. You do not mistake hearts for polka dots. But of course, the left, they love ugliness. All their women are men, and vice versa. So,
And that one, the bull, did she have the nose ring thing too? The one that yelled at you after calling everybody jihadis?
yes, I think she
Where's
should
she
have a nose ring.
Yeah, that thing.
The
that, like,
thing,
the
the
thing.
little,
I've never seen a conservative woman with that thing.
the nose tchotchke.
Like she's a bull.
like a fighting bull.
Yes.
I don't understand why even if you're a leftist, I don't understand why would you want to do that to yourself? Why? It must be from a place of self-loathing. Are you trying to make yourself look as ridiculously hideous as
Yes.
possible?
Yes.
They think they're maybe standing up, or they're reject.
Do you think it's because you don't have this problem, but do you think it's because they start from a place of ugliness and they lean into it and believe that that's some sort of liberating thing to make themselves uglier?
It could be. Why bother working hard to improve yourself when you can just sit on your butt, let yourself
me.
go?
Well, that's what I do.
No.
That was a little late. Did you notice that I said that, she paused, she gave me elevator eyes, and then she thought, hey, I'm on the guy's show, so maybe lie.
Yeah,
Well, I want to get him.
I
back.
watched the ticker there for a second. I watched the hamster get on the wheel and just kind of do a little
This
run.
is my miscongeniality coming out.
Wow, you're so nice. By the way, Shuck, in our comments here, he wanted to know if you had a chia pet on your desk.
I
Have you tried
don't.
them? They don't work. They suck.
I used to have a George Bush chia pet.
I have a Donald Trump one,
You do?
but I haven't taken it out of the box. I'm saving it because it's my retirement. You're
Oh,
like, does
listen.
Tim have money?
That's it.
Donald Trump chia pet.
Yeah.
That's what I got.
It's a special. It's like a special collective item.
It is a special collective item. You're right. It's also a collector's item.
Collector's item.
We are at, by the way, hold on. I want to do a little math here. We are at 10. I think we're a little over 100 times the audience of Real America's Voice right now. On X. I want to do the math. Hold on. Because do you have is there a Yiddish term for a calculator?
Let me think. We're gonna have to start making up terms. Sometimes it feels like that when I repeat the Yiddish my mom's taught me. I feel like she's just making up stuff. Yeah, this is what your Bobola said.
We're at 100.
Oh, that's so cute. It's like little stars.
I'm doing a Star of David for every.
That is so
Here,
cute.
that's how I've been tracking it. Is I do a Star of David for every time. This is to make it on Candy O's list. We're just because we're a massage.
When you
And
hit
that's-
50, we have to start getting out the.
we don't have time to get to 50. By the way, we're 129 times the audience of Real America's Voice right now on Next.
I love that.
Well, couple viewers.
Well, it's because of me, obviously.
Well, I don't appreciate it because I would like it if people tuned in for me. But
No,
apparently,
it's
I'm very
because of you.
offensive, and nobody likes what I have to say. Sorry, that was just I had a.
I
moment
like
from
what you
earlier.
have to say.
I had it. Well, I'm apparently very mean and disrespectful of people. I was told that today.
It's okay.
I love everyone. We get along.
I can
with
give you my
everybody, right?
miscongeniality reward, and it will automatically.
Do
make
they give you?
nice-
Is it a nice sash when you get miscongeniality?
They don't even give you a sass. They give you nothing. I didn't even get money from that. They got me like another tchotchke.
I
They
gotta-
give me like this a little square certificate, and they
That's-
framed it.
Most certificates are square.
Yeah.
They're usually rectangles. If I start a line from a song in a movie, will you know the rest of it?
Depending on the movie.
She's beauty and she's grace.
She is Miss United States.
Jesus, I know that. And like, isn't that like that's from Miss Congeniality for those of you playing along at home? Sung by what's his name from Star Trek? Captain Kirk. William Shatner, right? Didn't he do the? He was the host of the. That was one of my favorite movies, actually, Miss Congeniality.
It's one of mine too.
You're not one of my favorite people, but
thank you.
but no, I said you're not. And but
I
Miss
know.
Congeniality was one of my favorite movies, and that really kind of just balances things out because I've never met a Miss Congeniality. Thought you'd be nicer.
Sorry, I can't help it. I'm a biatch.
What? No, you're not. You're not supposed to lean into that. Oh, here, by the way, hold on. There is what is this one big beautiful girls road trip? Hold on, I have to show this, and then we'll get out of here. This is Nancy Mace on the road. I can't. Here we go, and there's this, and I don't know if there's music. It's a 3-second clip. So here. Luxury bus to DC.
It looked like a party bus.
That looks like a party bus
Yeah.
with ladies in it. I think there's Sydney in this too. She's like having the best time coming up here to vote. You might as well.
Might as
If you got to put up with the bullshit on Capitol Hill, I'd have a nice time coming up. Good for her.
you got to make the best of your circumstances.
You really do. I've barely made the best of them here. Doctor, see, people were reacting to you. Biatch. LOL. Dr. Naturalman. Everybody like, you're so sweet.
Thank
you really
you.
are congenial. What does congenial mean?
I think it just means friendly. I could be totally wrong. I don't even
I pulled up the definition.
friendly and kind and humble
I'm just pleasant.
and just
Pleasant because of personality qualities or interests that are similar to one's own.
I'm very humble about it too.
So if we were like hateful people, but we were pleasant about it,
Right.
we'd be congenial.
Kinda.
If we hated the same group of people and we were pleasant about it, we'd be congenial.
It's kind of like that's a loophole that the author of that definition, that author of that word never.
It's important to find these loopholes in the English language. All right, listen, we're going to get out of here. 56,000 views, not terrible so far. It'll pop up more during the night. Justine Brooke Murray, Justine_Brooke. It's tagged here at the top if you guys want to go follow her. MRC TV host, of course. Who could forget Miss Central Jersey 24, right? You're a PragerU ambassador too?
I was. That specific program was more active in previous years,
Okay,
but
so you weren't. Okay, so
I was.
okay, cool. It's in name only. You were a Pino Prager Prager intern
Prager
in name only.
person in name only.
A Pinot.
That
Pino?
just sounds wrong.
No, like Pinot Grigio.
Oh, right. Sorry, I have to get my head out of the gutter. It's all those like men in dresses and the naked drag
Because
queens.
that's
I've been-
see, that's the problem, Bozo. And this is the problem with your staff is you torture them by making them watch these horrifying videos that, by the way, God bless everyone at Media Research Center, Newsbusters, and everybody over there for doing this work. But the fact that I make I'm thinking wine when I say Pinot, and you think
disgusting, awful.
drag queen penis.
I can't. I've been programmed now. I've been programmed. When you're exposed to it for so long, it's.
Do you get? By the way, I got one more question for you before we get out. Do you get sick of people stealing your shit? Because literally, Fox News should just send you guys a check for like millions of dollars every year, because every time you guys do these research things on the media bias, they always have the big graphic of your work and real tiny at the bottom MRC.
Yeah. Well, at least they credit us, which
They do.
is nice.
They do.
Yeah.
Everybody does, because you're the only people who do it, again, because you've got these tortured souls over at the Media Research Center and Newsbusters who have to. That's the job on top of everything else, and The View and everything else, having to slug through.
And a dark assembly line, a faculty assembly line. It's kind of like the remember the beginning of Les Mis with Jean Valjean? Look down,
So, yeah,
look
this
at
is
the
a
men
lot.
in dresses.
This is a lot. Did you get rejected by Les Mis too when you auditioned for Les Mis?
Yes. I auditioned. I put my
You give me a little bit of
headshot.
Castle on a Cloud. What do you got?
There was a castle on a cloud.
I know stuff. So that's enough. That's all I knew. That's good to say. I know that stuff. I know it. I would have rejected you too,
Thank you.
based on that. Okay, but I would have said that you were very congenial
I didn't
in the
warm
audition
up.
process.
Okay, I didn't warm up before I
Can I
said
tell you something? We are congenial because we all agree to use the handicap bathrooms
yes.
and the family bathrooms when we don't actually need to use them,
Right.
and we're pleasant about it.
And
So we're congenial.
there we go.
So we're Mr. and Mrs. Congeniality,
There we go.
and
Should
Papa
ask-
Congeniality over there in the corner, because we all are terrible people who use the.
But at least we're nice about it.
We're gonna get talking to you about that tomorrow. Somebody's gonna come over and have a list of my jokes down on a piece of paper and ask me about them. Anyway, have you ever been on the Problematic Women podcast?
No, I would.
I can put in a good word.
Really? That's
Yeah,
so sweet. Thank
do
you.
that.
I would love to.
Put her on the Problematic Women podcast. You should tune into that. It's a delightful time with delightful people.
Problematic people.
They watch this.
They do?
Yeah.
Well,
They do.
I watch their show, so
I do too. I enjoy. Did you see the recent one?
I did not see the recent
Oh,
one.
did you see the one before that?
No.
Okay. Well, what about the one before that? Gonna get talking to about that. All right, listen, Justine. You just snorted those. That's all I wanted here. All right, guys, it's been fantastic hanging out with you all. If you enjoyed the conversation, make sure you hit the retweet button, like, follow, subscribe, go follow her. And of course, everybody over at the Media Research Center, fantastic stuff. Let me do this before we get out of here. I want to give it one more plug for the Media Research Center cruise. I'm going to go, it's nice. I'm going to get to host things over there. It'd be nice to hang out with you on the cruise. Not really, but I'm just saying that because you're here.
You.
The MRC Cruise to Norway, again, August 30th through September 6th, 2025. Make sure when you go over there, you'd be like, Tim, plug the cruise. Because they asked me to do a little video and I forgot to do it. And I've been plugging the cruise on the show. Because why would I remember to do things I promised people to do?
I'll put in a good word.
Yeah. The Cruise to Norway, August 30th through September 6th. And again, David Bozell, Brent Bozell, Joe Concha, Tim Graham. Again, brilliant minds. Dana Lash, Larry O'Connor, Dan Schneider, Kevin Sorbo, Sam Sorbo, Michelle Tafoya, Alan West, Brad Dacus, and of course me, Tim Young. What a great time we're going to have over there. And we're going to have a lot of fun. Maybe I'll do a stand-up show on
That would be good.
a lot of work.
Very entertaining.
It's a lot of work.
Should
Maybe
do
I'll do
it.
the podcast from there. Now that I can do. That's no work. There is no prep in these things, especially when Pop is here as the producer. No. Anyway, all right. This has been lovely, and I'm glad that you're here. And everyone, again, should go follow Media Research Center and you, and of course the Heritage Foundation and the American Beverage Association and Kalshi and all of these things. And Ezra Zion Cigars, my friends over at Ezra Zion Cigars. I don't have a box with me today, but they are a part of my permanent set at home. That's all. Thanks for being here, Justine Brooke Murray.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a fun time.
And
See
this
ya.
is a very lovely
This is,
studio.
let me tell you something. This is
It's
this is the future of conservative media. It's right here in the Rush Limbaugh Center for Media here. This whole floor,
It's
fantastic
gorgeous.
stuff with fantastic 90% fantastic people, and we'll go.